For anyone traveling to or living in Mexico, there's an important legal change you need to be aware of. Mexico has now implemented a nationwide ban on all electronic vaping devices. As of January 16, 2026, bringing a vape into Mexico is considered illegal under federal law, regardless of whether it contains nicotine, how many devices you have, or whether it's for personal use. This is not a policy adjustment or a gray area. It's a binding legal prohibition with mandatory enforcement. This ban was enacted through an amendment to Mexico's general health law and officially published in the Diario Oficial de la Federación. Once published, the law became enforceable nationwide with no exceptions. Under this law, Mexico prohibits all activities related to vaping devices. That includes manufacturing, sale, advertising, transportation, storage, and importation. The ban applies to disposable vapes, refillable devices, cartridges, pods, and accessories. It applies equally to nicotine and non-nicotine products. From a legal standpoint, vaping devices are now prohibited in Mexico under all circumstances. For travelers, the most immediate impact happens at the border. That includes airports, land crossings, and seaports. Customs officials are now required to enforce this law without discretion. If a vape device is discovered during inspection, officers are legally required to act. That can include confiscation of the device, administrative fines, and increased scrutiny of luggage and personal belongings. In more serious situations, such as carrying multiple devices or refills, authorities may interpret this as intent to distribute. At that point, consequences can escalate beyond an administrative issue. One of the most important things to understand is what this law does not allow. There are no medical exceptions, no therapeutic or harm reduction exemptions, no prescription allowances, and no distinction between tourists and residents. Even individuals who rely on vaping as an alternative to traditional tobacco are not exempt. Personal circumstances or intent do not matter under the law. Cruise passengers should be especially careful. Some cruise lines allow vape devices to remain on board. However, bringing a vape onto Mexican soil, even briefly at a port, is considered a violation. Travelers arriving by cruise ship should leave all vape devices secured on the ship at all times while in port. Short-term visitors should also understand that the length of stay does not reduce risk. Enforcement applies uniformly, even for brief visits. Mexico's government has stated that the ban is driven by public health concerns, particularly the impact of vaping on younger populations. By elevating this prohibition to federal law, Mexico has made its position clear. Vaping products are not permitted in the country. If you are traveling to or living in Mexico, the safest approach is straightforward. Do not pack vape devices or related accessories. Double-check carry-ons, checked luggage, and personal bags. When in doubt, leave the item at home. Lack of awareness or prior experience under older rules will not prevent enforcement. This nationwide vape ban is a significant legal change, and many travelers may not yet be aware of it. Unfortunately, not knowing the law does not protect you from penalties. Staying informed about local laws is an essential part of traveling and living abroad, and in this case, it can help you avoid unnecessary fines or legal trouble.